What's up, guys? Sand7 here. Alright, to see if you won the Atlanticore from the giveaway yesterday, check the descriptions, and I'll also leave it in a comment on the Atlanticore giveaway video. Alright, well, what you're looking at here is Dungeon 4, second base in. This is the dungeon I use to take Druid and Spirit Mage to level 100. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Spirit Mage in this corner over here, and I'll drop Druid just above her to take that troop camp, because you want Druid tanking that camp. Now, at my level right now, it doesn't really matter, but when you're doing this from level 90 to level 100, you definitely want Druid tanking that camp. Otherwise, you're going to have to use a restoration spell way too early, because you want to save that restoration spell and that Guardian when needed on the second half of the space, because you really only have two threats here, and that's right over here. You can see the Executioner, you can see the Assassin. Those two guys, those are your threats. I'm dropping on the other side simply because I want that magic missile to take one of them or both of them out. And the werewolf can be somewhat of a problem, but usually not. So what you're going to hope for is that magic missile is going to damage them enough or hurt them enough so you don't have to use any magic. And, you know, from there, well, the rest is done. You just wait. If you have to drop Guardian, Restoration, drop it. And in this one, I will drop it. But in the meantime, while Spirit Mage and Druid are working their way over there, I want to talk about cswimmer's guild. That is blackdragonZ. And check it out, guys. cswimmer, really good player, really good person, and, you know, very competitive guild. I'll leave the actual name in the description so you can go ahead and take a look at that, search it, and if you're looking for a guild, that's one I highly suggest, guys. All right, and you can see right there, I go ahead and drop that restoration, and that's generally where I would be dropping it. And from there, well, Spirit Mage is going to take care of the rest. And this dungeon's worth 1,687 experience points. You can see that right there. You know, that's not bad when you're duoing. Now, 5 people, no. If you're running a full party, no. It's not so great. Now, at the same time, when I was, you know, at that level right before 6 stars, right before level 100 with Druid and Spirit Mage, I would also use this dungeon. This is right before that second skull. And this is one that I remember seeing Ware had a duo here, and he would drop in the top. Never worked out for me. I was never able to get it properly. So this is where I would drop in. This was a great spot to level 4 heroes at a time, or 5 if you wanted, when you're, you know, in the level, you know, 80s, 90s, somewhere around that. I drop all 4 of them there. I'll generally wait to drop one, so as soon as that Executioner comes at me, you know, I drop the Pumpkin Duke right there. He takes him out. The third one I'll drop, or the fifth one I'll drop over there on the left side, so I can go ahead and keep them from splitting up too much. On the right side, Druid and Spirit Mage, they're fine together. That is where I would normally drop the Restoration. I didn't need it there, but I want to go ahead and drop it because that is where I used to drop it all the time. And from there, the rest of the base, I mean, it's just a cakewalk. You walk through it, you get your XP, and this one I believe is worth 21, right around, I think it's 21.97. I could be wrong on that. We'll see in just a second. But you know, that's not bad at this time. You know, when you do have those level 80s, level 90s, that's a good experience. Yeah, 21.67. So that's not too bad. And from there, after you're able to do those, and once you do get to all the 6 stars, you're going to be hitting a lot of skull dungeons. And if you do happen to want some XP, this is a great one. This is Dungeon 5, the last one in. This is one that Final Hour told me about, and he said, try this line up here. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I absolutely love this line. And this dungeon also, it's really good XP. It's just under 3,000 experience points. You just bring them all up there. The only thing, you know, the first thing you're going to have is a Paladin right there. And from there, it's not too bad. You just get through the Paladin. I used Druid to tank. Before Druid was able to tank, I used my Paladin. But from there, when you break through, you're going to grab the aggro from all those heroes, and that's when you drop right there, GA, boom, you drop it, they're all done. You'll usually have one guy split off on the top side like Spirit Mage is, and you might have to use a Restoration, you might not, depending. So it depends, really depends if they grab that tower aggro. If they grab the tower aggro, which she doesn't have right now, you might have to use it. Well, she doesn't have the tower aggro, I'm not worried about it. From there, I'm just going to mop things up, and I'm going to go ahead and grab just under 3,000 experience points. And this is, you know, this is not a bad dungeon. No, when you're doing this, you are sacrificing hero shards. But if you really need experience just to get up to that star level to make those shard drop, you know, the skull dungeons easier to do, it's a good spot. From there, you know, once you can do that one pretty easily, there's no need to do anything but skull dungeons. You're sacrificing too much by not getting the hero shards. And one that's great, after you're able to do Dungeon 4 Skull 2, which, you know, the 15 shard drop, I think we all know that one by now, but this is another good one. This is the line I love, and here's the trick to this line. You can see that Druid right there. If you just drop your tank, which I'm using Druid, if you drop him and then drop everybody right there too quickly, you're going to screw it up, because what you want to do is drop Druid, and then you want their Druid to step out. As soon as he steps out, then you bring everybody else in. Once he hops that wall, when you bring your guys in, they're going to target Druid 100% of the time, as opposed to sometimes targeting Druid, sometimes targeting the hero base, which will cause you to have to use a restoration if you're tanking with Druid. And that's a problem, because I don't want to have to use that restoration there. I want to, I want to save it for later, because the whole thing about this dungeon is, like Dungeon 4, the second base in, you want to proc on the heroes on the other side. You can see I just popped Ninja, almost got him for 18,000. Needed just another level and I'd be taking him out in one shot. But you can see right there, they're all going to converge on me and drop a restoration. Probably only needed drop a GA. Probably only needed a restoration right there, but just playing it safe, which is a good thing to do in dungeons, because playing it safe means you're not going to have to gem refresh your heroes. You're going to get to run back in. It's only a little bit of gold, especially if you have a Smurf. And from there, grab the drop. It's always a good thing. Gotta love the drop. And here's the next dungeon, and this is one that I still like to do to this day, because the next one's going to be Dungeon 6, the first skull in. Now, I do need a bit of magic to do that, but it's a lot of experience points. I really am looking for dungeons that give me good experience points. I don't mind spending the magic or the gold on magic, because I do have a Smurf. I do Smurf it all the time, and I'm not worried about honor badges currently, because I've been staying in the top 100 for the most part. And, well, this is the line I like to take. Now, what I like to do is drop first my Druid tanking. He's always my tank from now, but I drop him all right there, and what that's going to do is give me time to put in the Frenzy and then the GA before Spirit Mage gets there, because Spirit Mage is the one that can end your day. She procs, it's all over. From there, if Druid is still alive, then you're going to have to use your Restoration to take care of Pumpkin Duke, like you can see him right there. I drop it on that little corner because he's hurt a little bit. I don't want those dragons taking him out. From there, I'm just going to mop things up. And that's going to be it for this one. And this one is worth, I believe, just under 3,500 experience points, which is pretty good. Now, after this one, once you can get that magic missile up to 6 of 9, which I don't have yet, I'm working my way there. I'm more than halfway there. From there, I'm going to be spending all my time in Dungeon 8, because I'm getting close to being able to do it without having to use a whole bunch of magic. The goal is to just use that Guardian Angel and Restoration for 37 shards, as Roly Poly would say. All right, well, that's it for this one, guys. And again, check the comments on the previous video to see the Atlanticore winner, or just check the description. It'll be there. And don't forget about cswimmer's guild, blackdragonZ. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. That's it for this one. San7 out.